All right, so this week we're going to talk about flexible thinking, and we have talked about this before. Having an open mind, changing the way you think. If you're stuck, if you have stuck thinking, you're thinking very negatively, you can change that and think positive. Okay, be optimistic. Don't be stuck in your thinking. So this week you have a class kick assignment to do. And then here is 2 videos you need to watch. So we have this video about flexible thinking. What is flexible thinking? What does it involve? And then this is a little cartoon Disney short video about flexible thinking and some examples, okay? Also shows some different things about body language. Because at the end of this week, we are talking about body language and facial expressions. And this little clip, you can tell by the way they look at this little mouse in this clip that they don't like him. But then this girl is optimistic and really likes him. You just watch to find out, okay? So those are your 2 videos. And then you also have a class kick assignment, and this is assignment 407. Try your best on all of these. There are 6 pages. Remember, I grade you all based on if you do the work or not. You all are online. So if you start your work and you try your best but can't finish it, you get 80%. If you finish your work, it's completed, you get 100%. I'm not looking for right or wrong. I just want you all to try, okay? So here's the first page. It says flexible thinking means being able to think about a situation in more than one way. It is a skill that helps us stay open-minded, creative, and able to think of new solutions to problems. Every day we are faced with lots of social situations. Sometimes we are quick to make a judgment about that situation. We can even get stuck in our own way of thinking without considering the other options. So we have to consider all the options. There's not just one choice. Be creative. Okay. This is stuck thinking. Getting stuck in our own way of thinking can cause us to seem stubborn or even rude. We do not want stuck thinking. We want to be flexible. We want to think about all the solutions and pick the best solution. Okay? So flexible thinking can help you look at a situation in a different way, allow you to make positive choices, and have a more positive attitude. So this one, you're going to read each situation, identify what you might say with stuck thinking, and then what might you say if you had flexible thinking. So remember, stuck thinking, we're stuck in one way, we're kind of negative, we don't have a lot of solutions, we just think we can't do it. Flexible thinking, we think about everything, we're positive, we have a good attitude. Okay, so here's number 1. You have a big homework assignment and you left your binder at school. So maybe if you had stuck thinking, you might think to yourself, oh, I can't do the homework assignment. That's it, I can't do it. But maybe if you had flexible thinking, you could say, I remember what the homework was, and I have my book and I remember what the pages are, but I can still do that homework assignment. Or maybe I can ask a friend and we can work on it together, and I'll just write mine on a piece of notebook paper. Okay, so there's an example for you. All right, the second page is changing your own thinking. So in this one, you're going to come up with a more positive and flexible thought to help them deal with their situation, and you're going to put it into the cloud. Okay? And feel free when you're playing this video of me explaining directions to pause and rewatch the video. Here's another one, staying open-minded. This means you are open to new ideas. You're not stubborn, you're not stuck, you're open to new ideas. Sometimes we get stuck in our own thinking and might think our way is the only right way. Being open-minded sometimes takes practice, but can help you learn, grow, and even try new things. Let's consider an example. Sarah has always hated art. She would rather be reading and thinks it's a complete waste of time. Her friend Tanya asked her to join the art club with her. Reluctantly, Sarah agreed. In the club, Sarah tried an art activity and realized it was kind of fun. She felt like it helped her to be creative and was even a bit relaxing. Because she was open-minded to trying art, she found out she actually loved it. So that is an example of Sarah being open-minded and, like we talked last week, trying a new perspective, right? Her friend Tanya has a different perspective than she did, but then she tried it. She was open-minded and had flexible thinking, and now she likes art, okay? So you're just going to match each situation, and you can draw a line to those. So you're going to match the situation to what they could do to stay open-minded and flexible, and just draw a line. And then in the bottom one, you're going to tell me about a time you had stuck thinking. And we have all had that happen to us before. All right. Number 4. This one, you are going to identify 2 possible perspectives for what could be going on in that situation. Okay. So number 1 says, you had a pencil on your desk, but now it is missing. What could have happened? Okay, you had a pencil, but we want to think flexible. We're not thinking stuck. We're not thinking someone stole it. We're being positive. So what could happen? And you're going to do that for all of the questions. There are 6. Oops. Okay, now page number 5. This is about reading facial expressions, and this is when you're going to go back and watch the Disney cartoon clip about the poor little mouse. Okay. Let's see. So our facial expressions are the way that we move and hold our face. You know, y'all get it. Smiling, laughing, all of those things. Frowning. All of those tell us our emotions on our face. These movements help share our thoughts and feelings in a nonverbal way, meaning you're not saying it, but your face is showing it. Understanding facial expressions can help you know how someone's feeling or thinking just by looking at their face, okay? So with a partner or someone at your house, you're going to show some of these feelings, okay? So you go through and you do it with somebody at your house, maybe your mom, your dad, a sibling, whatever, okay? And just pick out a couple and try to make those faces. It's hard when you're not actually feeling that. You're acting. And then here at the bottom, you're going to come up with 3 different examples when reading facial expressions could help you, okay? Then the last page is about body language. And this is another type of communication that is nonverbal, meaning we are not saying it, but our body is showing our emotions. Let's see. It says, here's an example. Imagine you're talking to a friend about your weekend. That friend is probably looking at you, nodding their head, and maybe even smiling. That would tell you that they are interested and listening. Instead, imagine if that friend was tapping their foot, looking at the clock, and has their hand on their hip. That'd probably tell you that your friend isn't interested at the moment. Maybe they have somewhere to go. So if your friend's looking at you and paying attention, nodding their head, smiling, you assume they're paying attention. But then they're tapping their foot, looking at the clock. You would think, oh, they got somewhere to go. And that's body language, okay? Understanding body language is very important because it tells us how someone is feeling or thinking without that person saying anything at all. And it can help you figure out complex social situations, okay? So So go through and you're going to look at each of these pictures and you're just going to tell me, what does each of these tell us about that person? And you can just list them down here. What does that tell us about each of these people, okay? And that is all you have to do for this week. Unless I have given you probes for first hour, but those will be in the module for this week. If you need help, you can always see me after school or at, 2:40. Come and see me at 2:40.